Welcome to the Overreaction Buffalo Sports Network. I am the Big O, Jerry Ostrowski. It is now time for the Overreaction Buffalo Daily Report. And you can listen to the daily report about the Buffalo Bills and everything that's going on at One Bills Drive daily, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central. And again, that's right here on the Overreaction Buffalo Sports Network. Today, cornerbacks are the position of the day as the Buffalo Bills hosted two cornerbacks, one of those being a 2025 draft prospect and the other a very interesting veteran. As part of the top 30 visitor list, Trey Amos, a 6'1", 190-pound cornerback from Ole Miss, he was at One Bills Drive today for his top 30 visit. Trey ran a 4.43 40-yard dash. He had a 32.5-inch vertical jump and a 10-foot, 6-inch broad jump. This is a great combo corner. He's a long athlete, plays press man very, very well. He disrupts the release of receivers at the line of scrimmage. He can stay in phase, but he does have the ability, he does have a trend of losing receivers at the top of routes. He's fast, he's adequate, but he's not a true burner at that cornerback spot. He's got twitchy. He's a twitchy athlete with a lot of burst. He plays man or zone, but he excels in man coverage. And that's really, really good news if you're a Bills fan, because as you know, Sean McDermott, Bobby Babbage Jr., that defense, they play a lot of zone defense. He is not the surest of tacklers. He's a grab and drag type tackler. He is instinctual, but he does suffer from a little bit of indecisiveness. He can get lost sometimes. And Amos, when I've been doing my mock drafts throughout the past month, and I've done a bunch of them, Amos has been an available target at the 30 spot, and also a lot of times is sneaks into that second round in many mock drafts that I've done. So Amos, I believe, coming into the building, a viable candidate for the Buffalo Bills if they decide to stick and pick at 30, and possibly even if they move that 30th pick and get an extra second-round pick on day 2. So the Bills had Trey Amos in, the cornerback from Ole Miss, and then they also brought in a very, very interesting former starter in the NFL, a veteran cornerback. His name, James Bradberry. You might know Bradberry from the Eagles, but he has played for some other teams. We'll get into that in a moment. But Jeremy Fowler of ESPN reports that Bradberry paid a visit today to One Bills Drive as he tries to find a new home for the 2025 season. And if you remember, Bradberry, of course, played a lot of games for the Eagles. He did miss the entire 2024 season after tearing his Achilles last summer. So the Eagles released him at the end of the year. He started 37 games over 2 seasons in Philadelphia. He was named a second-team All-Pro after the 2022 campaign. And Bradberry, as I said, played for some other teams. He had 2 years for the Giants before moving on to Philadelphia. But here's the connection, folks. He did open his career as a 2016 second-round pick in Carolina for the Panthers. Bills head coach Sean McDermott and general manager Brandon Beane were both part of the Panthers organization at the time that they picked Bradberry. So they're very, very familiar with James Bradberry. I'm familiar with James Bradberry as also an Eagles fan. I've watched him play a lot of football. He is a capable cornerback. He does do some things that drive you a little bit crazy, but he can play. And we hope if the Bills do decide to bring him in, that he's all the way healthy and all the way back from that Achilles tear that he suffered last summer, as we know that Achilles injury with older athletes can be pretty difficult sometimes to come back from. But Bradbury has played 125 regular season games in the NFL across 3 stops, and he has 478 tackles, 19 interceptions, 3 sacks, which is good because we know that Babbage Jr. likes to bring the corners on that corner blitz sometimes. He's got 4 forced fumbles and 4 fumble recoveries in his career. So James Bradbury made a stop in one Bills drive in Orchard Park today, as well as 2025 draft prospect Trey Amos from Ole Miss. So if you're one of those people, and unless we get one of 3 defensive tackles, I'm one of those people as well that wants the Buffalo Bills to get some immediate cornerback help. It's good to see these guys in the building. Now, of course, Bradbury would be another option as a veteran. You still got Rasul Douglas out there. He could possibly come in at a lower price than he thinks he's worth to maybe be that bridge player before one of these young corners that we draft next week is ready to play. But here's something else that's interesting. I read this today, and this comes from Daniel Valenti and Brendan Degg, who write for The Score. And they have an article that says, as the Bills continue to search for a replacement for Rasul Douglas, these two predict that Buffalo will come away with Stephon Gilmore in free agency. Obviously, Buffalo Bills fans, we know Gilmore. He spent his first 5 seasons with the Bills. He's been a Pro Bowl player up in New England. He's had a ton of production. But here's the thing about Gilmore that I think is highly intriguing. Sport Track, they have predicted that Gilmore will land a 1-year, $5.3 million deal. How they come up with that, obviously, I'm sure it's analytics. When they go back, they stick all these numbers in, veteran players, years played, production, the whole 9 yards. But they've come out and said that they predict that Gilmore will land a 1-year deal for $5.3 million, and that is quite a bit less than the over $7 million that he made last season. So if Buffalo can get Stephon Gilmore in here for a 1-year contract of $5.3 million as another option to be that bridge player before one of these young players like Amos, or the other day the Bills had Hairston in, which we reported here on Overreaction Buffalo Daily. And until one of those guys is ready to play, is Gilmore a viable option? I think he would be. And I also think Bradbury would be as well. I think Bradbury's a nice player. He's had some very, very good production in the NFL. If he's able to come off of that Achilles injury, I think that he would be also viable. So Buffalo Bills, they continue to try to figure out what they want to do to get that replacement on the other side of the field from Christian Benford, who they just locked up. Is it Rasul Douglas? Is it a guy like Bradbury? Is it Gilmore? Is it a draft pick? We'll find out next week as we head into the 2025 NFL draft. So I'm the Big O, Jerry Ostrowski, here for the Overreaction Buffalo Daily Sports Report. And we'll be back every day. When I say every day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Central, right here on the Overreaction Buffalo Sports Network. Folks, I appreciate you watching, and we'll be back tomorrow with more news. As always, much love. Go Bills.